Hello, I'm the MLP Reviewer 66, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a special video, and I'm asking you guys a question. Do you think Alicorns are immortal? The reason I ask this is because there's a lot of time between Season 3 and Season 4, and there's going to be a lot of fan speculation about Alicorns, considering now one of the main characters is actually an Alicorn. And so I'd like to go ahead and ask the question, are Alicorns immortal? In my own personal opinion, I think they are, and I'm going to go ahead and give my fan theory about why I think all Alicorns are immortal, not just Celestia Luna, but Twilight and Cadence as well. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, no, Twilight and Cadence are not immortal, that's crazy talk. Just hear me out before you go crazy in the comments below. Now, the basic thing about this is Twilight and Cadence both became Alicorns. Now, for Cadence's case, we only see this in the comic, which I haven't actually read yet, but I've heard about. It was released by Hasbro, so it's the closest thing to canon we have right now. Basically, Cadence became an Alicorn the same way Twilight did, but instead of realizing her power of friendship, Cadence realized the power of love. And so she became an Alicorn through the power of love. So, through that means, and through her little becoming an Alicorn, and Twilight as well, many people think that they both could not be immortal. That only born Alicorns are immortal. I don't really see why. There's no proof in the story to say that, but that's what some people think. I don't think that the main reason that people say that Cadence cannot be immortal is because Cadence ages. Well, if we say that normal ponies age the same as humans do, then there's no reason to say that the aging of an Alicorn would not be the exact same. What I think an Alicorn does is just say for example, humans age 1 year is the same equalness to a pony aging 1 year. You get what I'm saying? In real life, obviously, horses and ponies age a lot longer. I mean, like, humans live a lot longer than actual ponies and horses. But just in the scenario of the show, I'm guessing that like one year for a human is the same as 1 year for a pony. You get my point? All right. There's no reason to think that Alicorns don't age the same. I think the Alicorns are born and age the same as a normal pony does, but they stop at either their early 20s or their late teens, somewhere around there. Either like the early 20s or late teens, somewhere there. I would guess 18, maybe 22, something like that. But you get my point. And so, Cadence ages. So what? It's no big deal. She probably just got transformed into an Alicorn, but then her body still had to grow to its full growth and what we see now. There's no reason to think just because she aged, she's not immortal. Also, for Twilight, the reason that people don't think that she could possibly be immortal is because, well, there was a Twitter feed, there was a little thing on Twitter where one of the writers said that Twilight would not outlive her friends. I want to say that again. Twilight will not outlive her friends. There was nothing in that sentence that said she will not be immortal. Simply said she will not outlive her friends. I have 3 individual fan theories of why that is, of what the whole deeper meaning behind that little Twitter thing means. Either one, the writers have not yet realized that for the canon of the show to work, Twilight has to be immortal, because why would Princess Celestia choose an apprentice and eventually someone who would take the throne who would only have the same lifespan as any other normal pony? She would obviously choose someone that could gain immortality. Why would she, someone who has lived for thousands of years, to her a regular pony lifespan is only like a blink of an eye to her? Why would she choose a normal everyday pony that could not become immortal? That makes no sense. She chose Twilight because she knew that she could become an Alicorn and therefore become an immortal being. So either the writers don't understand completely what they have here, or I have 2 other fan theories of what that could mean, of what the writing in the little Twitter feed meant. The second one is pretty simple. Basically, later on in the series, all of the main 6, besides Twilight because she's already an Alicorn, become somewhat of a divine being. Perhaps not gods, not Alicorns, but maybe like an angel-like creature. Perhaps later on in the series, the main 6, besides Twilight, absorb their elements of harmony, and instead of becoming Alicorns, they become these very powerful beings, yet not as powerful as Alicorns, and they become immortal as a fact of that power. And then some people may be saying, but wait a minute, what about Spike? Spike is one of her best friends. She raised Spike. How could that not be? Well, maybe, and this is just my theory here, he's already immortal, or at least somewhat, eternal youth. It's pretty simply said that since he is a baby dragon and will stay a baby dragon until he collects a horde of his own, which he doesn't do because he tries not to get greedy anymore, maybe he has eternal youth, which we've seen would make perfect sense to the lore of this show. And so long as he doesn't die from any sort of disease or any sort of stabbing or wound or whatever, sort of physical harm, so long as he doesn't die from either of those, he has eternal youth, so he can't die of old age. So long as Twilight protects him, he can live for as long as his body is intact. So, for the most part, he basically has eternal youth right now. Now, I have one last fan theory, but this one's a bit darker, and I doubt will actually be on the show because it's so dark. Perhaps at the end of the series, when they decide to finish the series up, they say, okay, the series is done, it's finished, we need to go out in a big bang. What are we going to do? I think what they could do is this. They could have one big evil, an evil that's so powerful that not even the elements of harmony, not even Celestia or Luna, or even Discord power could possibly stop it. And what happens is, from some way or another, Twilight has to give up her very life to save Equestria, her friends, her family, her mentor, everyone. That would be the perfect way to end the series. I know what a lot of you are saying. No, Twilight can't die. Not Twilight. No. Hear me out. I think the reason that her death would be so meaningful to the show is because of what I call the Gurren Lagann effect. For those of you that don't know, Gurren Lagann was an anime that was notorious for killing off characters, especially main characters. But it always did it for a reason. And in this show, if they killed off Twilight at the very, very end to save the world, to bring harmony and balance to the world, it would be for a very good reason. That would make one of the best endings ever for a show. And for a kid's show to do it would take some guts. Now, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have slightly different opinions on it? I'd love to hear what you think. Please give me a comment below, or maybe even a video response if you think the topic is worth talking about. Alright, I'm the MLP Reviewer 66. Sorry, I got my channels mixed up there for a minute. I'm the MLP Reviewer 66. Thank you and good night.